Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Satgurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahmavidvaram. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Bhashyemakshabhiryajatraha Thirairangaihi Stuštuvagam Sastanubhihi Vishema Devahitam Yadayuh Swasti na Indro Vridhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastaksho arishtanemihi Swasti no Brihaspati Datato. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. So we have seen Karika up to 6. Let us read the 7th one. Vibhutim prasavam tvanye Manyante srishti chintakaha Swapnamaya sarupeti Srishtiranyirvikalpita. So in the previous verse, it is made very clear that creation means manifestation of the already existent creation in potential form. Next topic that Gaudapadacharya wants to hint here, this will be again elaborated later, that is the nature of this manifestation. Manifestation of this creation is real or unreal. Gaudapadacharya wants to indicate that the manifested creation is not real but apparent, mithya. Exactly like in the dream. The dream creation is thrown out of my mind, but my thought alone is appearing as tiger, tree, river, mountain, etc. It has no substance, no reality. But not knowing this, people think that Ishvara has created a real universe. And they talk about various theories of real creation. Gaudapadacharya enumerate a few of them. Srishti Chintakaha. There are certain people called cosmologists, analyze this creation. They consider prasavam means the creation to be vibhuti, means a glory of the Lord, a mahima of the Lord. Therefore, they claim that they are as real as the Lord Himself. If you say the Lord is real and the glory of the Lord is also equally real, and the creation is the real glory of the Lord, this is one theory. There are yet others, anyehe vikalpitaha, others, the creation is comparable to Swapna or Maya. Maya here means the material produced by a magician or yogi Srishti, like Vishwamitra created Trishangu Surga. And now also we hear people materializing things. Similarly, Ishvara creates a real world. Some people say that this world is like a dream, but the only thing is the dream itself is a real one. They are peculiar people. Therefore, just as we create a real dream, the Lord dream is this world. Some philosophers think that this dream is real. Now, next verse. Ichha matram prabho srishtihi iti srishtau vinishchitaha kalat prasutim bhutanam manyante kalachintakaha. Some others think that Prabhoho Srishti Ichha Matram. The creation is the sankalpa of the Lord. Bhagavan is Satyakamaha and Satyasankalpaha. By sheer will he can create a world, and that is his creation, and that creation is as real as himself. Other people say, don't say it is his will, because once you say it is his will, the question, why should he will? That I should suffer. God's will raises more doubt than answers. Therefore, these people say nothing to do with the Lord. Kalat prasutim means time is the creator. Like the astrologers calculate your time and decide your fate. Vela means time. Because of Kala Tattvam, Bhutanam Prasutim Manyante. Time is the creator of all beings. Thus say Kala Chintakaha, people who champion the theory of time. Vadapadacharya is presenting different schools, okay? Now, next one. Bhogartham srishtirityanye Kridarthamiti chapare Devasyaisha svabhavoyam Aptakamasya ka spruha. There are some other philosophers who claim that the creation is for the enjoyment for the Lord. It seems the Lord is getting bored because he is all the time alone. Therefore, he wanted to create a world for his own enjoyment. That is why Shruti says, So kamayata bahusyam prajayeti satapotapyata satapataptva idagam sarvamasajata. He desired, let me become many. Thus some says that the creation is for the enjoyment of the Lord. Now this theory creates a lot of problem, because Lord's enjoyment, we are the ones suffering. So he become a sadist. And some others say it is Leela of the Lord, Kridartham, just for sport, fun. Gaudapadacharya says all these theories of creation will have lot of problem. Why? Aptakamasya ka spruha. That is a question. If you define the Lord as the one ever fulfilled person, contented person, Purnaha, how can that Lord will have desire for enjoyment? When do you seek enjoyment? When you are not full and complete with yourself. A Lord who is happy with himself, why should he get a kick out of the world? Therefore, bhogartham, ichartham, kamartham, srishti, all those are meaningless. Then why did he create Esha Devasya Swabhavaha? Bhagavan has never created this world. This world has been there as intrinsic part of himself. Swabhavaha means non-separable feature of the Lord. Devasya means of the Lord. Then comes the final and crucial question. If this creation is not a fresh arrival, but it has been always there as part of the Lord, during Srishti creation, it is there in him in manifest form, and during Pralaya, it is in him in an unmanifest. During Srishti, it is a manifest. Then during Pralaya, it is unmanifest form. If the creation is intrinsic part of the Lord, all the sufferings and dukkham will belong to the Lord. At least I have to suffer the pain of one body, but the Lord wield all bodies. What will be his suffering? He will be Maha Samsari. Therefore, Gaudapadacharya will say later that the creation is intrinsic part of the Lord, but it has a lower order of reality, and therefore it cannot affect the Lord, just like the shadow cannot affect the person. Therefore, the world in mithya form has been existing in the Lord all the time. Because of that, the Lord is not affected. That is our answer. Now looking back to summarize, with the 9th Karika, Gaudapadacharya concludes the analysis on the 6 mantras of the Mandukya Upanishad, and in these mantras, 3 padas of the Chadushpadatma was revealed. Stula, Sukshma, Karana, Atma. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. And each one is nothing but the consciousness principle associated with Nama and Rupa. Sthula Nama Rupa, waking. Sukshma Nama Rupa, Swapna. And Karana Nama Rupa, undifferentiated form in deep sleep state. Each one is subdivided into 2, the knower and the known in all the 3 states. Thus 3 pairs of knower and known constitute the 3 padas. Now we have to enter into the 4th pada, which is called Turiya. First we see the Upanishadic mantra, and thereafter Gaudapadacharya will analyze the mantra. Therefore now we go to the 7th mantra of the Upanishad, which is considered a very important mantra in this Upanishad. We read, Nanta Pratnyam Nabahish Pratnyam No Bhayata Pratnyam Na Pratnyanakhanam Na Pratnyam नाप्रज्ञम् अदृष्टम् अव्यवहार्यम् अग्राह्यम् अलक्षणम् अचिन्त्यम् अव्यवदेश्यम् एकात्मा प्रत्ययसारम् प्रपञ्चोपशमम् शान्तं शिवम् अद्वैतं चतुर्थं मन्यन्ते स आत्मा स विज्ञेयः. This seventh mantra defines the Turiya Atma. And this knowledge alone is capable of liberating a person from samsara. By knowing the first three padas, no liberation. Because we already know all the three padas, the waker I, dreamer I, deep sleeper I. And we have not become wiser by that. Therefore, the liberating knowledge is the knowledge of Turiyam, and that is mentioned in this mantra. And therefore, this mantra is considered to be the most significant mantra of the entire Mandukya Upanishad. Not only in this Upanishad, but in the entire Upanishadic literature, this mantra is considered to be extremely significant. And Gaudapada Acharya writes more than 200 verses only to bring out the significance of this mantra. Now this mantra is Turiya Lakshanam. The mantra does not use the word Turiyam, but the mantra uses the word Chaturtham. Chaturtham and Turiyam are both mean the same. Regarding this Turiya Atma, there is a popular misconception. First we shall remove the misconception and then we will come to the right conception. Now what is that? We define the Prathama Pada as the one which is the waker associated with the Jagrat Avastha waking state. Second pada we defined as associated with the dream state of experience, and then we said that the third pada is associated with the sleep state of experience. From this we find one common feature. Each pada is associated with each state of experience. Therefore, fourth pada, the natural conclusion is that the fourth pada is associated with the fourth state of experience. And keeping this conclusion, many people invented a fourth state of experience. And not only they have invented a fourth state, but have given a name also, which is called Turiya Avastha. Having invented Turiya Avastha, each pada is named as Prathama Avastha or Jagrat Avastha, Swapna Avastha, Sushupti Avastha, and now Turiya Avastha. Once this misconception has come, then the conclusion is that this Turiya Pada will be available only in Turiya Avastha. If you want to know Turiyam, you have to go to Turiya Avastha. Therefore, their conclusion is that at the time of Vedantic study, we will never know the fourth Padam, because when you are listening, you are in the first Pada, waking state. Therefore, we can only learn about Turiya Pada, but we cannot really experience the fourth state. If you want to know the fourth state, then you will have to work for the fourth state of experience, or Turiya Avastha. Later they call it as Samadhi Avastha. We have to drop this misconception in the beginning itself. Mandukya does not talk about Turiya Avastha. It talked about Jagrat Avastha. It used the word Jagarita Sthana. So too Supta Sthanaha, Sushupti Sthanaha means Avastha. But Upanishad never used the word Turiya Sthanaha. Sthanaha means state of experience. There is no Turiya Avastha where you come across Turiya Atma. What is the Upanishad going to say about Turiyam? Turiyam is different from the first three padas, Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna. At the same time, Turiya is in and through Vishwa, Taijasa and Prajna. It is not away from the three, but it is different from the three. It is in and through all the three. That means wherever Vishwa is, the Turiyam is available. So too Taijasa and Prajna also. Now tell me, if Turiyam is in and through Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna, it is available in all the three avasthas. Turiya coexist with Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna. All the three may be coming and going, but Turiyam remains in and through all the three. It is available in all the states of experiences. To understand this, we can take the example of golden bangle, chain and the ring. When the bangle is there, there are no chain or ring. But when the bangle is melted and with that gold is made the chain, the bangle disappears. So too the ring. Now where is gold? Gold is identical with bangle, chain and ring. Gold cannot be equated to bangle or chain or ring. They come and go. Gold is different from bangle, chain and ring. But the gold is in and through all the three. Now your intellect appreciates gold part in all the three. It filters the name and form and understands only the gold part. The fourth entity is called gold, means not a separate avastha or entity. What is common to I am the waker, I am dreamer, and I am the sleeper? This I am is common in all, which is Shuddha Chaitanyam. This is going to be the development of thought of this particular mantra. Seventh mantra is divided into three portions. First portion is that the Turiyam is Pramadatraya Vetirikta. Three knowers, waker, dreamer, sleeper. Second portion is that the Turiyam is Prameyatraya Vetiriktam. Three known worlds, that is waker, waking world, dream world, sleep, deep sleep state world. Third portion, Ekatma Pratyasaram, up to the end. Even though it is different from all, it is in and through all the three states. So, Traya Vilakshanam, Traya Adhishthanam, transcendental and immanent. If one knows this Turiyam in this way, he is free now. Now we take up each word and try to see the meaning. First we take up the word Na Bahishpratnyam. This word Bahishpratnyam have already come in the third mantra. Bahishpratnyaha means the waker, the Jagrat Pramata, the knower obtaining in the waking state. Literally, it means that the one who has turned outward. Now the Upanishad says, Turiyam is not the waker eye, Behishpratnyam. Pramata number 1, the Prathama Pada. Now the Upanishad says, Na Antapratnyam. This word has come in the 4th mantra. The word Antapratnya means the dreamer eye, part of 2nd Pada, the one who is turned inward. Because during dream we are looking within our own mind. Na Antapratnyam Turiyam. Na Pratnyanakhanam. The sleeper eye, Turiyam, is not the sleeper eye also. Turiyam is different from the waker eye, dreamer eye, and deep sleeper eye. Na Upayata Pratnyam, nor an intermediary experiencer, which is a rare experience, a state before you go to sleep. You are very sleepy, but some important work has to be completed. Your whole body is telling you to go to sleep. During that time, you are in a peculiar state. You are awake, but not awake. It can happen early morning also between getting up and waking up. Here the Upanishad says, Turiyam is different from even the Upayata Pratnya, this intermediary experience. Then Napratnyam, all knower. Pratnya means Sarvatnya. It is not even a knower of all. It is a knower means a relative I. Now Turiyam is not waking knower, not dream knower, not deep sleep knower, or the knower in between. In fact, it is not a knower of all also. That means it must be a piece of stone. Because the stone is the only one which is not knower, jadavastu, inert thing. Therefore the Upanishad says, na apratnyam. It is not an inert principle also. It is consciousness without being a knower. So therefore all 4 forms of pramata, knowership, are negated. So, pramadatraya vilakshanam turiyam. Now, Upanishad talks about prameyatrayam. It is not an object of experience, it is aprameyam. And to reveal this fact that turiyam is not prameyam, it is not an object of any instrument of knowledge, sarva pramana agocharam. Shat pramanani, we know the 6 pramana, pratyaksha, anumana, upamana, arthapatti, anupalapti, shabda. So, sarva pramana agocharam. Now what are they? The Upanishad says, adrishtam. It is not an object for the eyes, and the eyes represent all the 5 sense organs. Therefore, adrishtam means pancha indriya agocharam, not accessible to any sense organ, or pratyaksha pramana agocharam. If someone says, I saw Brahman, means he has experienced some prameya objects, but not the ultimate reality. Agrahyam, not grasped by the karmendriyas. Pancha karmendriya akocharam, you cannot touch turiyam. So, whatever Bhagavad Darshanam the devotee talks about, we don't deny that it is possible, but we only add a note that it is not the ultimate truth. There is a story in Bhagavatam, Kardama Prajapati. His son was Kapila Muni. Kapila Muni himself was partial avatar of Mahavishnu. When Bhagavan was born as Kapila, Kardama Rishi comes, Kardama Rishi knew he is Bhagavan. He comes and prostrate to him, even though he is son, but he knew he is Bhagavan. So he says, give me permission to take sannyas and go to forest, meditate upon you and merge with you. Now look at this. Here there are a lot of discussion is there, and our Sridhara Swami writes beautiful commentary on it. He says that Bhagavan himself has come to your house, become your son. What else you want? But he wants to leave him and go and meditate and merge with the Lord. So that means what? Even if Bhagavan comes as your son, but still that duality will be there, that he is my son, like Dasharatha suffered, Putra Shokam. So attachment will be there. So that will create samsara. But whereas you give up everything and then exclusively that meditate upon that Bhagavan as your own self, then you become one with him. That is called real moksha. So that is what we have to remember here. So even if you have a darshan, Bhagavan will not stay with you all the time. He appear and disappear. But then you feel miserable, isn't it? Like the gopis. When Bhagavan disappeared, they felt miserable. Same way you also feel miserable. But we have to get a God who is always with you, permanently with you. So, alakshanam, lakshanam, indicatory mark, an inferential clue is called lakshanam. Means that clue through which you can infer something. Yatra yatra dhumaha tatra tatra vanni, wherever there is smoke, there will be fire. Something like from the smoke, you know there is fire. Lakshayati iti lakshanam. Now the Upanishad says turiyam is alakshanam. Not have any inferential clue. In meditation, I hear some sound. Sound is a lakshana that I have reached the Lord. People think it is called anahata shabda. If you say then, the Upanishads say it is not turiyam. Don't be carried away by such ideas. The first two portions are called nishedha rupa pramanam, means negation, and the third portion is called vidhi rupa pramanam, telling positively what is the real nature of turiya. So alakshanam, indicatory mark. There is no indication saying that this is how it is. Like, sugar is a lakshanam for, diabetes is a lakshanam for non-function of pancreas, isn't it? Like that, you cannot indicate any lakshanam for turiyam. Achintyam means inconceivable, unimaginable, incomprehensible. How can I think of turiyam if it is not available for sense perception or an object of organ of action? How can I conceive of Brahman? Brahman is inconceivable. Now the problem is, in meditation, I am supposed to think of the object of meditation. Lord Krishna, I can think. But how am I to think or meditate on Brahman? Because it is already said unthinkable. Now the answer is, there is no question of meditating on turiyam or conceive of turiyam. whatever you conceive of is not turiyam. Nedam yadidam upasate. Truth is not what you meditate upon. We saw that in Kena Upanishad, right? Then how to conceive? Tateva brahmatvam vidhi nedam vididam upasate. Then how to conceive? Never conceive. Because Turiya is the very conceiver. He is the witness of all concepts. Avyavadeshyam. If you cannot sensorily experience or mentally conceive, how will you be able to verbally express? Vyabhadesaha means description. Avyavadeshyam means undescribable, beyond verbal description. You see that in Ramayana, the Sakhi of Sitaji, after seeing Ramchandraji's beauty, she says, the eyes that have seen have no tongue to explain, and the tongue that has to describe have no eyes to see. Beautiful way of saying that Rama, who is Brahman, is undescribable. The greatness of Vedanta is that it is able to communicate that Lord which is not communicable. Because of this reason only, it is called avyavaharyam, beyond all transaction. It is not a conventional thing. All our transactions are always through jnanendriyas or karmendriyas or through the mind. It doesn't fall under any of them. It is beyond all transaction. That is why it doesn't fall within time and space. Consciousness does not fall within time and space, because whatever falls within time and space is available for transaction. And therefore avyavaharyam, and therefore avyapadeshyam also. And avyavadeshyam means one cannot communicate through word, shabda pramana. It is not a prameyam. Second part is over. First part, turiyam, is not a pramata. And the second part is that turiyam is not prameyam. Now the third part is most important. The Upanishad positively defines the nature of turiyam. Ekatma pratyasaram. It is the pure consciousness. It is to be traced through saram, means to be recognized, or traced means pramanam. Through I experience, which I experience all the time. I am listening to the lecture, that is called Atma Pratyaha. Atma means I, Pratyaha means cognition or experience. Cognition is better, therefore Atma Pratyaya means I cognition. Therefore Atma Pratyaya means I cognition. Thus the turiyam has to be traced through the I cognition. What type of cognition? Ekaha means which is one continuous principle. Bhagavan said in Gita, Dehinosmin yada dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tatha dehandara praptihi dhirastatra namuhyati. An eye which has been used by us during our childhood, youth and old age, I am that thread of continuous experience. What I experience may vary. There is a changeless I in and through the changing experiences. This is called Eka Atma Pratyaya Saram. And by studying that I experience, we should understand what is Turiyam. Now we have to enter into a technical one. How am I to understand Turiyam? Through the I experience. What is common to this I experience? I am a conscious entity which is continuous. Now the problem is, even this I consciousness experienced all the time, along with this I add some attributes. Like saying I was unhappy before and now I am happy, etc. This happiness and unhappiness is not continuously present. I as a consciousness is a continuous experience, but happy, unhappy come and go. And therefore, it cannot be my nature. The attributes like happiness and unhappiness keep changing. And what does not change is the one without attribute, the consciousness. I am conscious being. I am a conscious being does not change. Therefore, how am I to understand Turiyam? If you say I am something, then you minus that something, then you are in Turiyam. I am a young man, remove the young man and understand consciousness part, that is consciousness, and understand that as Turiyam. Refer to Ramana Maharshi's question, who am I? If you drop the attribute part, you are neither a waker or dreamer or deep sleeper, but Shuddha Chaitanyam. Therefore, the Upanishad says, Ekatma Pratyasaram. When I look at the bangle, I see the gold and forget the bangle, chain, ring, etc. Similarly, I, the conscious being alone, is continuous, and that is called Turiyam. Just say, I am. That is enough. Don't go further. Prapanchopashamam. Why everybody looked so sad? We are talking about you only. Prapanchopashamam. Prapanchaha means the three universes. We think Jivan Mukti Avastha is so difficult to achieve and all that. It looks so simple, isn't it? It is Sulabham. Atma is Sulabham. It is ever present, ever available. Own it. Prapanchopashamam. Prapanchaha means the three universes obtaining the first three padas. Some people get into meditation and they space out completely. They think that that is the avastha, highest avastha, spiritual height. These are all unnecessary concept, conditioning of the mind. Prapanchaha means the three universes obtaining in the first three padas. First pada, Sthula Prapancha. Second one, Sushma Prapancha. Third, Karana Prapancha. Now, in the fourth pada, the Upanishad says, Prapanchopashamam. Whole chapter is written on this particular word. Second chapter is on Prapanchopashamam. Vaitathya Prakaranam. Free from three world. Upashamam, free from consciousness, is ever without the universe. Free from means consciousness is ever without the universe. Ever free from matter. It is not associated with the material world. Now, what do you mean by that? Gaudavadacharya is going to write a full chapter on this word, Prapanchopashamam. See how important is this word. By saying prapanchopashamam, the Upanishad is pointing out that the consciousness is without the universe. That means what? There is no universe at all. And therefore, this statement is negating the three padas. What is the significance for this world negation? To understand that, we should remember two important laws. First law is anything that is existence cannot be negated. Why? Because it is existent. Sat chet na bhadyeta. If it is sat, it cannot be negated. Second law, what is non-existent need not be negated. It is already non-existent. Asat chet na pratiyeta. If it is non-existent, you will not see that. So you don't have to negate. And therefore, whatever is negated cannot be sat or asat. Because sat cannot be negated and asat need not be negated. And therefore, whatever is negated is different from sat and asat. Now, Veda is negating this world. How? Prapanchopashamam. Means this world is negated. If this world is negated, it cannot come under existent or non-existent. Therefore, the Upanishad is negating something different from both Sat and Asat. That is called Mithya. Mithya means what? You cannot say it is, you cannot say it is not. Apparent, you can say. Sadasat Vilakshanam category. Different from both Sat and Asat. Now what is that category? Is there something different from existent and non-existent? Vedanta says yes. That which is seemingly existent, apparent existence will come under this particular category, like our dream. It is neither existent nor non-existent category. While you are seeing the dream, it is real. Waking up, it disappears. Whenever we dream, it is seemingly real, and when we wake up, it is not there. So it is as though real. In Vedanta, it is called Mithya, Sadasat Vilakshanam, apparent or unreal. Therefore, what is this world? It is seemingly existent, but in reality, it is not. And once you say this, it comes under unreal, then it cannot be really counted. Whatever is unreal cannot be counted, even though we experience it. Like Swapna, lottery. Your fortune will not increase on waking up. The bank balance will not increase. Therefore, prapanchopashamam means the first three padas are unreal. Therefore, cannot be counted. Therefore, the Upanishad says, Advaitam, Ekam Eva Advitiyam. It is one non-dual principle. Matter is unreal and it cannot be counted. So, this mantra says consciousness is real and matter is unreal. Hence, we don't have two things, only one thing. That is called Advaitam. This word is also so important, and Gaudapadacharya writes another chapter explaining this one word, Advaitam. Third chapter, there are 86 verses on both words. The Prapanchopashamam Vaitatya Prakaranam, and third chapter, Advaita Prakaranam. Chaturtham Manyante. If consciousness is the only one, then why do you say fourth one? Therefore, Upanishad says, Chaturtham Manyante. Ignorant people wrongly think that consciousness is the fourth entity. They mistake Vishwa, Taijasa and Prajna and Turiya as real, and hence they have four realities. For wise people, Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna are unreal, and therefore Turiyam is Advaitam. Manyante means they think as Chaturtham. Turiyam is undisturbed, and therefore Shantam. Material world cannot disturb, like the dream water cannot wet the waker. The same way, matter cannot disturb the Turiyam, and hence Shantam. And therefore, it is Shivam, means Ananda Swarupam. Positively Ananda, Saha Atma, the real Atma. The real meaning of the I is this Turiyam. Savitneyaha. You better know this. In life, this is the only one worth knowing. We have to delve upon this deeply. Gaudapadacharya, help us with this karika. So let us read the mantra one more time. Nanta prajnam, nabahish prajnam, no bhayata prajnam, na prajnanakhanam, na prajnam, na prajnam, adrishtam, avyavaharyam, agrahyam, alakshanam, achintyam, avyavadeshyam, ekatma pratyasaram, prapanchopashamam, shantam, shivam, advaitam, chaturtham manyante, sa atma, sa vitneyaha. All of you should memorize this, okay? Homework. There is no definition better than this in any Upanishad you will hear. Now, Gaudapadacharya is going to explain this more. 10th Karika. Nivritte sarva dukkhanam Ishana prabhuravyayah Advaita sarva bhavanam Devasturyo vibhusmritaha. In this Karika, Gaudapadacharya gives the summary of the 7th mantra. Turyaha smrtaha. So the 4th pada, Gaudapadacharya named as Turyam or Turiyam. The Upanishad does not use the word Turiyam. Upanishad use the word Chaturtham. But Gaudapadacharya used the word Turiyam or Turiyam. Turiyas Vrataha. So the 4th pada, the Turiya is understood by the great Acharyas in this manner. All the other words are the description of the Turiya. Prabhu, powerful. Ishanaha, Lord or Master. Turiyam is a powerful master. What is this Turiyam? The real I. So the real I am a powerful Lord. Why I am so powerful? He gives the reason. Sarva dukkhanam nivrittehe. Because I, the Turiyam, am free from all the pains of the world. Sarva dukkham means adhyatmika, adhibhautika, adhidevika dukkhas. Dukkha means sufferings, pains, and sarva dukkha means all pains related to body-mind complex. I am free from all sorrows. Turiyam is not affected by the sorrows of the waker, dreamer and sleeper. Sleeper is free from the expressed sorrow, but the sorrow is hidden in the sleeper. Why Turiyam is free from sorrow? Because this basic principle, the illuminator of an object is not affected by the properties of the illumined objects. If the body is cut into pieces, consciousness is not cut, not affected at all. This is why achedyoyam adahyoyam akledyo shosheyesh evacha nityas sarvagatasthanaho achaloyam satanadanaha. Bhagavan has said everything in Bhagavad Gita, okay? Therefore, I am ever the master. I am not the anger, but I am the illuminator of anger. Prabhu. Avyaha. I, the consciousness, will not go through deterioration. The body has got sixfold modification. Asti, jayate, vartate, ityadi. That is called vyaha. But I am avyaha. Sarva bhavanam madhye advaitaha. It is the indivisible principle among the divided object, like the space. Devaha, of the nature of consciousness. Dev means to be self-effulgent. Everything becomes evident because of consciousness. But consciousness presence need not be known by anything else. It is self-evident. I am the self-effulgent consciousness all the time. Where is this consciousness located? Vibhuhu sarva vyapakaha, all pervasive. Therefore, we are in consciousness. Don't say consciousness is in me. It is not consciousness is within you. You are in consciousness. There is a lot of difference. This is the nature of Turiya. From the next verse onwards, he is taking up another important topic, which we shall see tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. We are going to conclude this session. I don't think I can complete it, but we'll try maximum. But up to the 7th mantra in Mandukya is the most important one that we have seen. And we'll see my explanation to that 7th mantra, some more karikas. And this is called Atma Vichara. So Atma Vichara will complete. Then Onkara Vichara, we will not be able to, we'll see if we can do some verses. So tomorrow being the last day, they asked me to announce the Guru Dakshina. Guru Dakshina is not a donation. Guru Dakshina is an expression of gratitude that you have listened from Guru and Guru Parampara. Guru stands for Guru Parampara. So this knowledge has come from Narayana. So we saw that first day. Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtam Shaktinja Tatputra Parasharam Cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapatam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Madasya Shishyam Tam Totakam Vartikakaramanyat Asmat Gurum Santatamanadosmi. has come from Bhagavan Narayana, from Narayana to Brahmaji, Brahmaji to Vasishtha, Vasishtha to his son Shakti, Shakti to Parashara, Parashara to Vyasa, Vyasa to Shukamarshi, Shukamarshi to Gaudavadacharya, Gaudavadacharya to Govinda Bhagavatpadacharya, from Govinda Bhagavatpadacharya to Shankaracharya, Shankaracharya to all his 4 disciples, main disciples, and we are all one of the parampara of the 4 disciples. Therefore, this Guru Dakshina, when you give, it goes to Narayana. And also, it is an appreciation of what you have learned, an acknowledgement of what you have learned through these 5 days. So that is a program after the lecture tomorrow. Hari Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.